Hello everyone, Chris here, and in this video I'd like to touch on a very controversial and a painful topic that we will have to speak about. Mercy has no time and place in Overwatch 2 in the current state of the character. And don't get me wrong, I'm not here to blame the player, I'm here to blame Blizzard. It's interesting how it's going to be the fourth nerf of Mercy in a row, where they are constantly decreasing her movement and making you a heal bot or a damage boost leech that's just standing behind a corner going for the blue beam. And you have to understand that if you want to grow a tomato, you have to give it great conditions to do so. But if you constantly nerf the character to the ground, when you constantly make sure that players have no other choices rather than adapting to a certain playstyle, you will end up in a situation of pain, hatred, suffering, and misunderstanding all around the community. I would want to touch on her abilities, power creep. I would want to give you a psychological profile of every single Mercy main. And I absolutely understand why players are choosing this character. And it's very interesting how Mercy, this is very counterintuitive, has 52% win rate and 15% pick rate in Grandmaster lobbies and above for the past 1 month. Crazy, right? If you'd want to compare Mercy to other characters, Brig, for instance, has 0.87% pick rate. This is actually crazy. Let's go on. Before we'll have a discussion on the current situation of the character, I'd like to write in the comment section the spikes of hatred that you remember from Overwatch 1 or even Overwatch 2. As a new player, I have not really caught the moment where Ashe was able to kill a squishy with a damage boosted one-shot headshot. I wasn't there when Sojourn was overpowered, yet I feel like the same thing happens right now. When players are complaining, community is roaring at the fact that damage boosted soldier is so overpowered, there is not a single thing you can do to counter him. Pharah Mercy is such a cancer to the Overwatch playstyle that people are spreading hatred and toxicity all over it. It's very interesting how a certain or a single support character can make such a difference when it comes to a character choice. The fact that Ashe is a very mediocre choice in the current meta, but paired up with Mercy is one of the best DPS you can possibly take on maps with verticality. Interesting, right? And while all of that happened in the past multiple times already, I feel like we are not going in the right direction with this one. I feel like the hatred is pointed at the wrong target. I absolutely don't feel like the Mercy is the problem. I feel like when players are playing Sojourn that's been overtuned and then have great results with a Mercy pocket that's overtuning it even more, you have to fix the DPS character and not the support one. Another thing I wanted to touch on is the fact that there is little to no room for error when it comes to playing Mercy, as you have one less tank to peel for your backline, one less tank to protect you with shields, and then you pair that up with little to no healing from your left click, as well as the fact that your movement is absolute garbage if you compare it with previous seasons. A Mercy player has no other choice other than just stay behind the corner and damage boost the DPS. You still think Mercy players are the problem? And then you take into consideration the fact that above GM level, you will constantly find yourself playing in lobbies where you will have Winston, Tracer, Sombras, Echoes, Ana, and Brig against you every single time, every single game. And let me tell you, every single hit scan character that you would want to damage boost, every single tank that you would want to heal is gonna get shattered in pieces every single time because you are gonna be the first target, you're gonna be the first priority that these dive characters are gonna jump on. So pair that up with bad healing, pair that up with bad movement, pair that up with little to no room that you can do anything. You have no duel, you have no offensive options, only defensive. Makes you a player that does not belong in lobbies like this. I had a very interesting observation the other day. Can you tell me what is the typical Mercy main? It's either a girl or a feminine boy that wants to take care, that wants to protect, that wants to motivate and empower. And there is a great analogy where you have a wife that's taking care of the house, kids, making sure that the husband has always food on the table. And then husband is motivated to go in and hunt more, get more cash, get better house, better car, buy gifts and stuff. And this is a great analogy, and character design is very genius in that regard. But there is a catch. Every single time you are a great woman, a great woman requires a great man. Every single time I would want to play solo as a Mercy player, I bash my head against the wall because I would either have 2 flex DPS that don't care about my boost, or I'm gonna get 2 hit scans and I have to keep an eye on both of them so I don't keep an eye on anyone. Or I get a hit scan and a flex DPS, so I can only focus on a hit scan. But he's so bad that I have 0 value because of it. Pair that up with a very low skill ceiling of the character. Mercy has pretty much no room when it comes to playing above certain skill level. As Ana player, you can always hit more shots, you can always hit more sleep darts, you can always hit more antis and healing nades on your teammate. You can always have better nanos. On Mercy, can you always have better at like anything? Sure, you can heal a little bit better, or you can damage boost, or your understanding of the game is gonna get better. But in reality, the difference between Diamond Mercy and a GM Mercy is a lot smaller if you compare, let's say, Diamond Ana and a GM Ana. And now I have a question for all the smart dudes who are saying that we need to rework Mercy, that we need to do something with her. How exactly would you fix the situation where you have part of the community that don't wanna aim train, that don't wanna work on their mechanical part of the game, and just wanna love, just wanna give affection, just wanna motivate, inspire? What do? You add a character with healing turrets? That's what the new character is gonna be, Illari? What do? I have no idea. This is exactly why Mercy is a genius concept, yet I still feel like she does not belong in a 5 versus 5 fast-paced Overwatch 2 kind of playstyle. This is exactly why you see less and less Mercies at the lower level, and if you do, they are paired up with a very, very good DPS hit scan. Do you want to completely get rid of her damage boost and give her more ammo on her pistol? Well, she's just gonna be like a little version of Echo while being a support. It is what you want? Or like, do you want to give her an RPG when she uses ult? Or I just have no idea. People like to criticize, people like to think that they know how to fix the problem, yet they never give you a solution to the problem. Very, very interesting. This is a commentator syndrome where you know everything, but you have no idea how to fix it. God bless these people. And then continuing on the topic of solo queue and the fact that you are limited to the skill ceiling of your team instead of trying to carry on your own. Jesus Christ. I feel like every single time I play Mercy, instead of focusing on my mechanical part of the character, understanding of the game, and utilizing my abilities to the full potential, I just have to pray to God or any other creature that you believe in, or sing mantras that you have better abomination called teammates on your team and worse abominations called enemies on the enemy team. And this is exactly how we end up at about 50-53% win rate for every single Mercy main I encounter on a daily basis in Discord servers or in-game in general. I open their profile, they have Mercy as their most played character, with 50-53% win rate. Not less, not more. I have no idea how that works. Maybe we have the system where game is literally throwing or boosting you, so you have 50% win rate, so you don't feel like you are a complete ass at the game, or something else. I have no idea how that works, but it feels like this information is very relatable, at least to me and to my friends. Very interesting observation here. So every single time, again, I would open up the game and I would want to play Mercy, which is like pretty much never, but people ask me to do Mercy, 10-hour Mercy challenge. What do you guys want to look at? How I'm standing behind the corner damage boosting or what? So every single time I do that, I would have flex DPS or my hit scan is going to be garbage. When I go for a duo, and this is another problem. You have low value for the amount of damage boost that you provide. Let me give you an example. Imagine there would be a character that could damage boost the whole team instead of just damage boosting your DPS. Imagine the character would not have footsteps, so that would be great, so he can be silent. Imagine the character would be able to burst and deal damage on his own, instead of trying to be a supplement for your DPS. Imagine Blizzard would have made that character. How cool Overwatch would be. Wait, we already have him. He's called Zenyatta. Jesus Christ, this is actually crazy. It's interesting how you are going for the Mercy plus the DPS and find yourself in a situation where you are just shooting the Sigma shield and you cannot kill it, or you're shooting a Risa that's pressing one button and now all your damage boost is completely gone, or you are going for Diva and she just presses right click with her defense matrix and there is nothing you can do as well. Fun, right? This is exactly how I feel playing Mercy, or how I feel playing pocketed DPS. Another cancer that I wanted to touch on is Pharah Mercy. A lot of people are complaining. A lot of people are curious how that happened, so there can be a duo pair that's absolutely destroying the competition depending on the map and on the player as well. How can we have a player that has 10 accounts in top 10 simultaneously, plus 3 accounts at top 1 both Asia, US and Europe at the same time? Crazy, right? I have no idea how that happened. And is there a way for us to fix it? Probably not. Probably not. It feels like developers don't care about the game to the point when they are just trying to get as much money as they possibly can with skins, with battle passes, with PvE that you will have to pay for. This is exactly why they gave up Overwatch 1, right? I am confused, lost. I feel despair, pain, and misery every single time I think about stuff like this. Anyways, thank you very much for watching this video. Let me know in the comment section what do you think about points I made here. See you in the next one. Take care.